You'd be surprised how much confusion there actually is within organizations related to what actually is a team and how is it different from a group. So only 1 in 5 teams is high performing, and high performance is really defined as meeting or exceeding organizational objectives. So what is it about those teams, those 20% of teams, that what are they doing? And there's an actual science that's been very well researched at this point related to what it takes for a team to be high performing. And again, I really want to make this distinction between a group and a team because it really starts there. So I'm going to go ahead and share a definition that I'm going to read. And that is, a team is a small number of people with complementary skills who are committed to a common purpose, performance goals, and approach for which they hold themselves mutually accountable. And this comes from Katzenbach and Smith's 1993 book, The Wisdom of Teams. So what does this really mean? It's the interdependence, it's the common purpose, the mutual responsibility and accountability for organizational objectives that defines a team. And it has to be a small number of people. So a team is really somewhere between 2 and 12 people. There may be some exceptions where it veers into 13, 14, but no more than that. And usually it's no more than 12. So it's really a tight-knit group. And the key feature of this group is that the group has a complementary skill set and they are mutually responsible for common objectives. They have a common purpose and they are interdependent. They're meeting regularly to drive these objectives. They share the responsibility for them and they also share in the reward. So the incentives are baked into the reward for achieving the common objectives. Whereas a group is a collection of people, however big, that may be reporting to the same person. They may have a similar or even the same functionality. So they might be performing the same job. They might be situated within a common department or a common functional vertical. And they require little interdependence to achieve their objectives. In other words, they're independent for the most part. They're doing their job. They may have their own objectives or objectives that were passed down from somewhere up above, but they are interdependent. So they are not commonly or mutually responsible with other people for achieving those goals. And they're also not rewarded in line with other people for achieving goals. Their head is down, they're focused on what they're doing. So that's really the distinction between a group and a team. And what I see a lot is that organizations are really lacking this strong leadership team at the top. People who are driving the organizational objectives forward on the day-to-day. On the monthly, on the quarterly basis, and meeting regularly and sharing in that responsibility. So it's really in the design and the structure of the team that is going to generate the high performance. So actually up to 60% of performance is going to be determined by the way that your team is structured and designed. Do you have the right people on the team? Are they in the right seats? How are those incentives structured? How are people meeting and communicating regularly to drive forward those objectives? That's really what a team looks like. So if you're saying, why is it that my team's not meeting their performance objectives? Why are we constantly coming in? We're not hitting the metrics. This is really something to examine. What is the design and structure of your team? And is the team really functioning like a team, or is it actually more like a group?